Hi, today I'm going to show you how to do a quick tutorial of 3 handy formula functions using Excel online. Well, actually, you could do this on Excel at any time. If you've ever wanted to find out the average, or the highest, or the lowest in a set of numbers, then there are 3 quick tools you could use on Excel. The topic for today's chart, I've gone ahead and chosen to talk about my favorite fast foods and their nutritional information. So we're going to try to find out what the average total fat for daily value, total average cholesterol, average sodium, average total carbohydrate, and then logically we're going to try to find out which one's the highest, which one's the lowest, and so forth. And it's actually really easy. You could take out a calculator, but watch. For average, you can type in the formula. So you could hit equal sign, AV, and you see average is there and tells you right on the screen exactly what the function does. So you go ahead and click average, or you have to type it out. And then you need to put parentheses. You need to tell it which cells you're looking at. Now we're looking at cells B2 through B7. So you type in B2, since that's the first cell. You type a colon, and then you type B7. You go ahead and close the parentheses, hit enter, boom, it gives you an average. So you can, instead of taking out your calculator and doing it with a calculator by hand or good old pencil and paper, we'll do that 3 more times really quickly. And this time, obviously, you're not looking at the B column, you're looking at the C column. So it's still the same values. C2 for Taco Bell beef chalupas, to C7, and then look, it doesn't even matter if you don't do it in all caps. It just likes to put it in all caps for you. So D2, D7. And you always have to make sure to close parentheses. So again, to recap, you need the equal sign, average, opening parentheses, first cell, and again, I'm going to show you capital letters doesn't really matter for cells either. It just looks nicer. 2, 7. And there you go. The next thing we're going to look at is trying to find highest and lowest. Well, this is even easier. So the same idea, equal sign, and for highest, they use the word max. You tell the range again, so back to, that's right, B2, colon, B7, close parentheses, boom. There you go. And that tells us, watch out, Burger King Whoppers with cheese give you 75% of your daily fat intake value. Those used to be my favorite. So we're going to do that real quick. And if you know what you're going to do, go ahead. A real shortcut is to put in most of the stuff. And we're going to copy and paste that. So all we have to do is type in the values that we want to look at. C7, so that we can look at columns C. And then I'm going to copy and paste. And that's right, this time we're going to look at D2, D7, and then we copy and paste. and two, E7, and boom. In the keystrokes it would have taken you to figure out one of them. You found all four of them. And just as simple, for the lowest, instead of max, we're going to use min. So equal min, parentheses, and as I showed you before, we're going to use our little trick. Oh, autofill is our frenemy here in Excel. So we're going to shift. It doesn't. I don't like that. All right. So equals min, parentheses. I'm going to go here. Keeps thinking. See, Excel tries to help you out all the time, but it's not exactly that helpful. So what we're going to do, sometimes shortcuts aren't as helpful. Old-fashioned min, B2, colon, B7, close parentheses, boom. There you go. Now what you can try to do is take it from the formula sheet up here. Copy and paste from the formula sheet. And paste. C2, C7. Problem. See, it typed it into the original. So you have to be very careful when you're using a touchpad. You can also type the formula for a cell up where you see the formula fx. Interesting. So if you type the cell, control paste, make sure it's typed right, and control paste. Oh. And there you have it. We just calculated the average, highest, and lowest for all 6 of my favorite fast foods. Alright, if you have any questions, email me or look for my other videos. Okay, so I made a chart and I showed you how to use an Excel to use the functions to calculate the average of a set of numbers, the highest of a set of numbers, and the lowest of a set of numbers. Now, this would be great for teachers teaching science or health, where you need to calculate those kind of statistics, or probably math. But how can we use this with more teachers? How can we generalize and reuse these functions? Well, if you haven't noticed, I've already gone ahead and changed the title of this into Easy Online Gradebook with Excel. If you really want to, you can see how we can turn this around, and the tools I've told you, the functions I've showed you on Excel, can be repurposed to create an easy online gradebook or an easy Excel gradebook. Many teachers, such as myself, write in little policies saying we're going to drop the lowest quiz grade or the test grade, or maybe you want to see what the class average was really quickly to determine a curve. So if you follow, and you're able to follow the video that I just showed you, you can actually repurpose it. Instead of writing total fat, the top column can be students' names. So pretend there's Bobby, G. There's Susie, Q. And of course, I'm just making up these names up front because it would be unethical to share real gradebook grades. And Steve, and Steve Sodium, and Tiffany C. So you could run the list of names across the top, and down the side, you could put assignments. So this could be homework number 1, or classwork 2. And obviously the percentages would go here. Now it's easier to go ahead and score them out of 100 points, or you can set them to the percentage points, and then you can use functions like sum, which I could show you in another video, to add up the whole column. So that's how I would repurpose the skills that I taught you how to calculate an average, the highest and the lowest, to make an easy online gradebook that calculates for little things like finding the class average for a bell curve, finding the highest grade for a curve, and finding the lowest grades so you could drop scores. Now I'm sure each teacher can use these ideas for their own purposes, so I wish you luck. Thank you very much for your time, and if you have any more requests for videos, let me know.